Oh my goodness, we are here for season 3, y'all. Season 3.
Like season 1, episode 1. It's like,
oh my goodness, so we sitting there crying for like a good 2 minutes before we can start anything.
It's so surreal. Like, welcome to With All Due Respect with Shontyce and Vee, season 3, episode 1. We are back, y'all.
Yes.
With all due respect with Shontyce and Vee, where we are addressing issues most related to millennials and correcting that mindset through scripture, truth, transparency, and faith.
Whole lot. Correct.
Whole lot. Yes. Now, before we go any further, we are at the Connect Lounge out here in Jamaica, Queens.
Yes. Shout out to the Connect Lounge downtown Jamaica. Now I grew up in this area. We had, back then we had other things, like we had Gert's Mall, that was the hangout spot. The Coliseum, that was the hangout spot. And now that they done got rid of Gert's and they trying their hardest to get rid of the Coliseum, now we have the Connect. Yeah. Now we have the Connect. Shout out to Tiffany for making this establishment what it is. She just opened recently, almost a year, I believe. Nice. And already she has regulars every night. Girl is doing her thing. Yes.
Now we mingled a little.
Yes.
And we asked some people based on the name, with all due respect, what they thought the show would be about. So we got one, and she was spot on. Truth telling and realness.
Who said that?
The young lady over here.
That young lady over there.
Yes.
In the corner.
She was spot on.
Nice. Okay, so then we did pretty good with making sure we named it right.
Yeah.
Okay. So kudos for the name.
Yes. But before we go any further, we gotta talk about these beautiful drinks and our custom glasses from Craft Corner. Shout out to our girl Nicole at Vee Corner 50 on Instagram. Tonight we have our mocktail from the Connect Lounge.
Yes.
What is this thing again?
This is their passion fruit martini.
The passion fruit martini mocktail. Definitely beautiful. Let's see.
I didn't want to drink it, but I couldn't hold back anymore.
This is good. Very good. So if y'all come to the Connect Lounge, make sure y'all ask for the
passion fruit martini virgin cocktail.
Yes.
They have the best virgin cocktails I've tasted in Queens so far. No one has beat them, so we gotta make sure we come here all the time.
Right. So we're gonna take our first break, of course, and look at our main sponsor. We will be right back, y'all.
It's personalized and doing a lot.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Manufacturer, also based in Jamaica, Queens, and I am wearing from the Eyewear Pink brand the custom Eyewear Pink crop top. Now, Eyewear Pink every year for the Cancer Walk. Last Sunday in October, every year the Cancer Walk in Bay Plaza Mall. So this year, October 26th, 8 a.m., make sure you're at Bay Plaza Mall parking lot. I know it's early, but listen, there's a whole lot going on that day, including the Eyewear Pink apparel, okay? So if you pre-order, like right now, put Eyewear Pink in the comments and you'll get a discount, and you'll already have your apparel before you get to the wall. Now I know we're based in Queens and this in the Bronx, but listen, this will be our 4th year there. I'm the designer and founder of Ivory Pink. So our 4th year there, and we sell out every single year. So don't think you're gonna get there late and there's still things on display. No, we're not. Okay?
Yes,
so,
every year.
Sure,
Every year.
And it's a great time, y'all.
Sell out quick. So make sure you come out early. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be amazing this year, just like it is every year. Every year. But we got some comments. Let's do some shout outs to our viewers. We got Pastor Stephanie on. Hey, Pastor. We got Mariah. Hi, Mariah. We miss you.
You sure do. We're seeing her little something. Her behind the scenes camera and footage going on.
We got Serge on. Hey, Serge.
Hey, and Pastor Steph says, congrats to the Connect Lounge and to Miss Tiffany. Yes. Congratulations. This partnership is starting off wonderfully, and I know it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
It's only going to get better. So
next we got, what is it?
Down with the culture. Now, if you missed us last season, which if you did, you better go back and watch. God introduced 2 new staple segments. Okay, one of them happens to be down with the culture. When God gave this to me, at first I thought he meant, you're going to be down with it. We say meaning in agreement. But no, God is like, don't go down with the culture. Now, what is culture? Culture is a collection of shared beliefs, values, and behaviors that define a group of people, and that includes the way people live, the way people speak, the language that they speak, and what governs them. What's the authority? What helps to dictate what they do and what they don't do. The things that influences our culture is our location, our religion or our faith, and the history. You know, the history of your culture. So a lot of times the history of our nationality will dictate the culture. Now, I actually had a nice little list in regards to what we shouldn't go down with, and I kept trying to go around it because I felt like I needed more research done. This is going to have to be a part 2, part 3, part 4, because I couldn't, I was stumbling on, scrolling on Facebook, and came across a post where this guy was talking about emojis. And I was like, what about emojis? What about emojis? And he was like, emojis are demonic. What? So ever since then, I didn't have time to actually read into it, but I just stopped using emojis until I figure out what's going on. So, emojis stems from sigils. Sigils were symbols crafted to represent specific intentions or desires that will dictate your outcome. It was designed to influence your subconscious mind. So the whole idea of it is sigil magic. So pretty much there's a written intention with different symbols. And now you're supposed to put those symbols together. And now those symbols help to create what exactly it is that you want to manifest. So for example, if I had the herb emoji with a pill emoji, and I want to cultivate health, I put those together, I meditate on it, I release it into the universe, I bury it or do whatever with it, and now I'm healthy. That's the whole concept behind it. Now, this whole sigil magic thing, it was designed from grimoires. Now, grimoires, that's the book that contains like all of the hidden magic and spells and rituals and how to summon supernatural demons and all of that, right? You know who wrote it?
No.
You'll never guess who wrote it. Wait, what was it? The Lesser Key. It was a book called a grimoire, so a magic spell book that helps to summon demons called the Lesser Key. A man in the Bible wrote it.
Wow.
Yes. 3 seconds. Solomon!
Oh.
The wisest man, the one God dictated as the wisest man. You want to know why? Because God said, do not intermingle with other women of other tribes because they will turn your back from your one and only true God, and you'll start worshiping those lowercase gods. And of course, that's what happened. And he got all entangled in it. So really quick, we are going to pull up a couple of these emojis just to show you a quick example. So the anger emoji. How many of y'all use the anger emoji? Mad, you annoyed, right? Right? Do we have that anger emoji display? So the anger emoji is a symbol of the demon Beelzebub. Beelzebub. And that demon is known as to be the Lord of Flies, often depicted as someone, he was one of the Canaanite gods. And he's associated with the deadly sin of blood. Okay? Then that's another example. The nerd emoji. I used to use this emoji all the time. Why you holding your chest? You scared? I used to use this emoji all the time for a specific person because I always call him a dork. That symbol is associated with the demon Malthus, and he's supposed to be the president of hell with 40 legions of demons under his command. So he's like one of the most iconic demons, okay? And then you have emoji, the shocked face, with the two X's on the eyes that they're supposed to be, okay? And that's associated with the symbol of the demon Marvis. And that demon has the ability to reveal secrets, cause, and heal diseases. So, why am I breaking all this down? When we use these emojis, we're helping to manifest these demons because they were the 72 original signals, and it has been reconstructed to be the 72 original emojis that we use every day. So this is what we're using. When we use the anger emoji, and I know people who have, one of the things that came to mind is when people use these emojis in their bios, in their social media bios, and I know a few people that actually have just the straight up devil one in there. And I'm like, why? Why do I want the devil emoji? Now you talk about emojis here that if you didn't know, you didn't know, because they don't look demonic, no nothing. But the devil emoji is pretty much self-explanatory. Okay? So we're gonna have to go back to like part 2, part 3 of this because I was able to really dig deep, but that's just the surface of it. Don't go down, listen, I know texting is the thing, I know using emojis is the thing, but here's another way that God broke it down to me when I was reading, right? Less emojis mean you get to learn how to read and write better, okay? So stop using the emojis. And you won't be abbreviating. You'll learn your weathers from the weather, your theirs from theirs, and your reads from your red from red, and all of that. In addition to now that you've learned that this whole thing is just satanic from the beginning. So how do you feel knowing that King Solomon wrote one of the grimoires that deception?
I mean, it's interesting because it goes all the way back to the Bible, like everything does.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's cool to see that something that we use like so innocently is dated all the way back to the Bible. That's crazy.
It's crazy, and again, we just gotta pay attention because God is unveiling everything. So we cannot say, I didn't know. Can you say that, B? So you're gonna still use emojis?
I can't after that. And I realized that when God opens our eyes to things and we try to push past it, it's never good.
And surprisingly, it hasn't been that hard for me not to use it, even before I actually get the information. Because once I just came across that post, I just felt like, let me just back up so I can read some more. And if what he's saying is a little bogus or a little just too out there, and there's no real truth, biblical truth to it. So we gotta make sure that we stay on point, y'all. Stop using emojis because they're helping some of these demons. And like it said, these emojis that was originally the sigil symbol that represent the demons, they help to manifest these feelings. So if you already pissed and now you type in and you using the angry emoji, now you're asking what you're doing and you don't realize it. You're asking the demon to help you be even more upset. How many times y'all texted and the more you text, the more you get mad? Especially women. You're a woman.
I'm just thinking, we definitely y'all need to make sure y'all are on our Facebook, our Instagram, because when we do these types of segments and there's more information to be taught, we do it there.
Exactly.
So make sure you're following us on Instagram with All Due Respect TV.
Yes.
Make sure you're following us on Facebook with All Due Respect. This is a lot coming to my mind.
A whole lot. In our comments we have, Mariah said, I would have never known. Neither would I. And this is why God is bringing everything to the forefront. Because we're not going to just start randomly researching things. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who would have thought emoji? Who would have thought emojis? Nobody. So all these updates they give us on our phone, they update the emoji employees? I bet y'all are. I bet you are. Oh my goodness. Now, the other segment that we have is something that I learned because it also helps to keep us in check. What you got, Boo?
We got don't claim that. And tonight we're talking about the dropout prevention awareness.
Yes.
But since we're millennials and everybody here is, older, it doesn't really fit us. It's more so talking to our kids, if you have kids, our nieces, our nephews, our little cousins. But I had to bring it back to us. Okay. Us millennials. Okay. So we got don't claim that at least factor.
Which has step.
So at least my bills are paid. At least I got a job. At least we're not homeless. We can't keep up with these at least statements because that's only keeping us stagnant. At least my bills is paid. As long as my bills is paid, I'm good. Don't you want to have a little extra after you pay your bills? I know I do.
What's extra? Define extra.
Extra is my bills are paid and I still got going out money. Extra is food is no longer a luxury on my budget list. That's extra. I got enough to pay my bills, but now I got to beg, borrow, and steal because I don't have enough to eat.
Well, a lot of times that comes too because you use your food and your rent money to go out, and then now you can't pay your food or your rent bill. Right. I mean, I don't understand how that.
So that at least factor sounds humble, but it can really be survival language. And that brings us back to the panel that you were on. Thrive, not just survive.
Yes.
Because I'm tired of just surviving.
Oh,
so we have to stop claiming that at least factor. I'm so tired of just surviving. So why is this a problem? We live in at least. We get too comfortable just getting by. And here's the danger. The generations behind us, they pick this up and they continue on with it. Our kids, our nieces, our nephews, our cousins, they start thinking at least is enough. So when things get hard, they give up so easily, they settle because that's what we, the older generation has modeled to them. At least, maybe you dropped out, but at least you got a job. Maybe you dropped out, but at least you're not on drugs. Or maybe you are on drugs, but at least you're not on crack.
Let me not say that. I'm about to say something. Woo, prayer works.
So we have to stop claiming at least. We have to stop being so comfortable in the at least. We have to strive for more so we can teach our children, our nieces, our nephews, our cousins, our little ones, the generations under us, to also want to strive for more. The truth, we are not called to live on scraps of survival. This is not the way it's supposed to be.
Who are you going to
To me, I'm sick of it. At least it's the floor, not the ceiling. But when we set up, we teach them that mediocrity is acceptable. And that's how cycles like dropping out keep on getting repeated. We had somebody in our church that was this close to dropping out and going to trade school. Why? Because he had moms around him who are okay with at least. Yeah, you can drop out, but at least you'll get a job. At least you'll go to a trade school or you'll make money. At least you'll be making money. But that is just not enough. It's not enough anymore. We gotta stop with this at least. How do we fix it? We get up, walk our butts. Yes, even at our big ages, and do what needs to be done. If you need to go back to school, go back. If you need to get some type of skill so you can get out of this 9-to-5 or this mundane job that you hate going to, but at least I got a job. Please do questions. So stop claiming at least. Claim abundance. Live in abundance. Strive for abundance so we can teach the younger generations to do the same. It's just way too many kids. They like 5 years old talking about they can't stand going to school.
Like you just getting started.
I don't
Just
understand.
getting started. What are you talking about?
So do not claim it. Don't claim the at least factor.
Okay, we got a few comments here. That's six. Other stuff says, don't you want more? If you don't want more, your kids won't want more either. So true. Discipline is a must. Absolutely. And we unfortunately get to see the downplay that's been going on in life. And I just been walking up to my mother randomly, like the past 2 years, like, thank you. She's like, for what? Just say your one. You ain't got no one saying thank you. Just thank you. And all the time I felt she was extra and harsh and rough. When I was a teenager, especially. She talking about if it wasn't for this show, I'd be on camera for a whole other reason. Okay?
So we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere, right? Because I know I'm up with some feathers. Listen, if the shoe fits, wear it. We will be right back.
It just came to mind. It came to mind. Oh, listen.
Right. You gotta stop being so comfortable. I'm so sorry.
I love that though. That's what So after a hard day of work, Miss Tisha with the crazy kids, do you need the alcohol?
No. Shout out again to the Connect Lounge. That was a very nice at our associate producer. Definitely suggested these drinks to us tonight, and she did not fail us. These are delicious. Delicious. Make sure if you are in the area, the neighborhood, you come out and support the Connect Lounge. Tiffany, again, thanks. And I definitely want to come back for comedy night. Go crazy karaoke.
Comedy night is hilarious. Let me tell you something. I was actually here for one of the comedy nights with Evan, and he is hilarious. The comedians that he chooses he has the comedians every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. here at the Connect Lounge in downtown Jamaica. It is just like so.
Please take it out.
Can you guys hear us? Because we're getting some.
Take it out. Take it out. The mic. We don't need the technical difficulties while we're trying to give God's word. We'll just project.
as sad as it is, as you stated, is one thing. We talking about the big people. Now, this awareness month was designated specifically for October because it seems as though this is the month where the students evaluate themselves, evaluate their work, and determine if they're too far behind to graduate with their peers, with their fellow students. So if they feel like they're too far behind, they'll drop out. And then I was like, well, this school just started, right? So if you're in New York, school just started almost a month ago. If you're in other states, it starts anywhere as early as about mid-August. You determining that unless you went into the year already high in the deficit.
Right.
But if there's other things you can do, listen. I started my senior year in high school in the deficit. I had to do the regular year, plus summer school, plus an extra 6 months, plus night school. Okay? So yeah, the guidance counselor will call you and your mom and let y'all know you ain't making it, but you have time to put in your due diligence. So there's an organization called the National Dropout Prevention Center, and they focus on raising awareness about the challenges that the students face that lead to the dropouts and to the proven solutions as to how to help the fellow students. Okay, so I was able to pull up some statistics that I thought was rather interesting. So the highest dropout, which generation do you think that is? Do you think that's the baby boomers, the Gen X's, millennials, which is us, Gen Z's, the alphas? They're not. Hey, I was just talking about you. The alphas, they're too little. They're just entering middle school right now. So out of those generations that we're listening to, highest dropout rate. It's the silent generation and the baby boomers. Now the silent generation, those are anyone born between the years of 1928 to 45, and the baby boomers, the years 1946 through 1964. I didn't know that my grandmother was a silent generation. I always was sure.
I never even heard of that one.
The silent generation? I did. That was like right before the baby boomers, you got the silent generation. So the silent generation, they were alive and they endured the Great Depression and the World War II. The baby boomers, they dealt with everything post the Great Depression and the World War era. So they had to deal with like all of the trying to fix things up and so on and so forth. I love good times. So every time I watch that, you hear Jay, so I had to jump out in 5th grade to take it. And that was the thing, like that was the reason by the time that they didn't even make it to middle school or out of middle school because they had to drop out to help to financially support the family. Okay, the most educated generation.
Well, I would love to say us. I would love if it was millennials.
Gen Z.
I will walk out this house right.
Gen Z is according to the statistics.
No way.
Gen Z.
Wow.
That's the generation that is the most educated.
Wow.
And I have to say, me and my friend have been having this ongoing battle for the past few months now. I've been telling them as millennials as a whole, we suck. We're trash. We're trash. If truth is wearing, if you feel like you gotta prove yourself, that means you're part of people. So stop it, okay? We're trash as a whole. These Gen Zs, they as out of it as they are, they seem to be doing like the Bible said. It said only fools learn from their own mistakes. So they may be thinking, acting like they crazy, but they're paying attention to a lot of the mistakes that we're making. Because they're the most educated. Okay? Now, between males and females, which gender has the highest dropout rate?
Males. You're lying.
No. It is. I'm shaking my head like it's a shame. It's a shame. It is a shame. Now, I also pulled up the statistics because I was wondering because as you just stated a little while ago, unfortunately, this is a thing. Parents. 80% 81% of students drop out. 81% more likely to graduate if their parents are actually involved in their education. So if you're a parent who's actually paying attention to your child, like their devices don't babysit them, you cook dinner, you eat with them,
Y'all talk at the dinner table.
you check homework,
Yes, oh my goodness.
you go to parent teachers night, you buy school supplies. Your child fits within that 81%. And they're saying almost 1 in 4 dropouts attribute a lack of parental help as the reason for them dropping out. And I have to say, I have male friends my age who kind of despise and resent their parents. For one, got mad because his mother let him sign himself out of school. The other one was like 2-3 months away from graduation and decided to drop out. And the parents was like, oh well. Lack of parental attention. So, you claim you love your kids, check that homework. And I had to ask a parent that was in elementary. Oh, we went to the school and the teacher said they missed homework. You need to be in.
Right.
Who's the homework checker?
Right. And these kids have way too much responsibility for themselves. That's weird. So not only is he doing the homework he or she doing the homework on their own, but you're not making sure it's done correctly, it's in the bag, it's given to the teacher. Like, no, but not for nothing. I'm with the little ones, pre-K preschool. Like, we send stuff home, like handouts go home. All week it stays in that bag. They are not checking that, even at that young of an age. They are not checking that.
So I guess if TikTok isn't checking the bag, then the bag isn't being checked. Okay, so what do you say is like the top thing, or what comes to mind when it's like, what can help make a difference between the dropout and the graduate?
I have to say it has to be family and friends. It has to be. Because if you're not pushing them, or at least, involvement and encouragement. If you're not involved in their school, you're just leaving it up to them whether they fail or succeed, they're not going to care. And that helped me a lot to kind of fall back. Because when I first started high school, I used to be honorable every single semester. I used to have awards, and because when they did the award ceremonies, I didn't have anybody there with me. I was like, what's the point? I'm not doing this anymore. So I just I wasn't failing. I graduated, I studied on time, but I wasn't pushing myself as hard as I could have because I didn't have that support and that encouragement. So I definitely think it's family involvement and family encouragement.
I love it. I love the transparency. And I definitely wanted to touch on what the school teach you. Not just what's in the books. School teaches you discipline. School teaches you respect for authority. School teaches you time management. School teaches you self-work, which is something that we just mentioned. So it became kind of quick for her to just pass. But she wasn't interested in excelling as much. It was like, who's paying attention? Who really cares? So those, and this is one of the ways I know when it's one of us that didn't graduate, because you just failed everything. Everything about you just says you obviously didn't go for attendance. Right? And again, listen, pay attention. I graduated. It wasn't okay for me to, again, with all due respect, you got your GED, you got your GED. That wasn't good enough for me. So I did whatever extra schooling I needed to do to get my diploma. However, I still have to catch up a whole lot. I'm still catching up in life because I didn't make sure I was in place for those basic things that school provided, especially high school. High school is like your last hurrah before you gotta start. You don't get as many naps. I'm trying to catch up on all the naps I rejected from elementary school, okay? You don't get enough naps. You gotta actually start paying the bill. You gotta actually start worrying about food. Like, listen, let's get it together, y'all. But we're gonna go into another break. I can't wait to see what we have in the second half of this National Dropout Prevention. So we'll be right back, and don't go anywhere. Make sure you mention someone who you know is allowing their child to fail. Yeah.
The plot has thickened and Marvin Sapp has been arrested for his offering-taking practices. Overboard? Overkill? Did you see today's episode of His Due Time with Pastor Steph? Oh my goodness. Boy, was the chat on in the room and by the Due Time crew. Make sure you go back and watch a Closer Walk Christian Talk Show YouTube channel. If you can't watch, but you can listen, you want to find that streaming service, Spreaker.com, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, whichever one you can get your hands on first. If you're tired, and I mean tired, of getting the replay, check us out Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live, Coach for Christian Life. Make sure I see you in the morning.
We're going to stand. Yes. We have our guests. Our volunteers. Let's make sure everyone's in the shot. You come on over. I'll be in the middle.
They are.
Quality. All right, so we're going to get ready to play a game. We have Hope and Curtis. Thank you guys so much for volunteering. So we have a little, I guess, Jeopardy game that we're going to get ready to play. We have 4 categories. Can you pick up that card for me, please? We have stay in school, finish line facts, keys to success, and generational influence. So let's see, who should go first? Ladies first. Ladies first. So you get to pick a category. Pick the one who gets the highest points. So please take score for us. Sir, please take score for us. Whoever gets the highest points, we got a prize for you. Okay? All right. Generational influence for 10. We have, if both parents dropped out of high school, their child is blank more likely to drop out. Is it A, 2 times, B, 3 times, C, 4 times, or D, 10 times more likely to drop out?
I say 3 times.
3 times is B. That is incorrect. Would you like to try instead?
All right, now, 10 times.
That is incorrect. It is C. If both parents drop out of high school, children are 4 times more likely to also drop out of high school. Okay, so your turn.
Stay in school.
Stay in school for.
Okay.
All right. The leading reason students drop out of school is A, laziness, B, bullying, C, financial hardship, or D, lack of interest.
D.
That's incorrect. Would you like to try still? A, laziness, B, bullying, C, financial hardship, or D, lack of interest.
I say B, bullying.
No, it's actually C, financial hardship. A lot of times, kids want to drop out because mom needs help, dad needs help paying the bills, so they feel the need to drop out in order to get a job and help with those financial responsibilities. Your turn.
We're going to go and stay in school for 5.
Stay in school for 5.
Z.
Setting firm routines at home. That is correct. Yes. So if you want to keep your kids in school, set a firm routine for them at home.
I like to buy a Bible. Keys to success for 15.
Keys to success for 15. A key success skill employers and colleges both rank this as an essential skill is A, memorization, B, critical thinking skills, C, ability to follow rules, or D, test-taking ability.
B, critical thinking.
That is correct. School teaches you more than just books. They're teaching you critical thinking skills, and colleges and jobs are looking for that skill in you. All right, let's do it
Keys to success for 5.
Keys to success for 5. All right, we have my middle school. Students with actively involved parents are how much more likely to graduate high school? Is it A, 10%, B, 25, C, 40, or D, 50%?
D, 50.
That is correct. 50%.
Finish line facts for 10.
Finish line facts for 10. What does GED stand for? Is it A, general educational degree, B, graduate educational diploma, C, general educational development, or D, graduation exam diploma?
Oh, man. That would be.
That is incorrect. Looks like you trying to say.
I'm gonna go with A.
Hey, that is incorrect. It is C, general educational development.
Really?
All right, it is for
We go with, let's finish off, finish like that.
right, finish line facts for 15. What percentage of U.S. jobs will require education beyond high school in New York in the year of 2031? Is it A, 40%, B, 55%, C, 65%, or D, 75%?
B.
That is incorrect. Would you like to try to do?
A.
It is not A, it is C. 65%. And let me tell you, today, in 2025, you ain't getting away without a high school degree. All right, it is your turn. 15 for general educational influence. Which parent's educational level tends to have a slight effect on children's educational attainment? Is it A, the mothers, B, the fathers, C, both equally, or D, neither? Which one has a slight more effect on whether or not they graduate?
A, the mother.
That is correct. Mothers. So mothers, if you are out there, you make the difference for whether or not your child is going to graduate. And we got the last question, generational influence for 5. Breaking generational cycle starts with, is it A, moving to a better neighborhood, B, at least one parent modeling persistence, C, focusing on grades, or D, strict punishment for failures? That is correct. At least one parent modeling persistence. That is the best way to break the generational cycle of high school dropouts. Yes, so we have a gift for the both of you. Thank you for participating. So we have a It's Personalized coupon for 25% off for our, let's see, who won? Who won?
You won.
Yes, so you get the 25% discount, and you get a 7% discount for participating in our game. Like, yes, thank you guys so much for participating. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, come back with some comments, and we'll be right back, y'all.
We got these gifts, this promo from Craft Corners, and she added some
treats. She
Yes.
said. Wait, what? We got some coasters going on here. Okay.
Oh, I got my name on it. This is so
Shontyce.
cute. They heavy. This is some good quality.
My name again. She even
Yes.
includes handle with care. I'm handmade. The instructions on how to care for your glasses.
And I did not expect this. Oh, I got Shontyce.
That's why I can't get it open.
Gorgeous.
Thank you so much, Custom Corner. Thank you so much, Nicole. You contact her, C-Corner50 on Instagram.
Craft Corner.
And Nicole Vincent on Facebook. As you can see, you're not going to be disappointed.
No.
This is amazing.
Oh, that was fun.
You outdid yourself with that. That was so dope.
Definitely shout out our girl Nicole with the cups. I just love that advertisement of her. Of course, love her work. Make sure you hit her up, C-Corner50 on Instagram. She is just phenomenal. And I definitely gotta practice my teacher voice again. I've been out of work for a little bit. It's hard to project this loud, but we're gonna get it together. But now we're gonna do a what does God say about all of this? So you wanna go first?
I can go.
Okay.
So we've spoken about going down with the culture as far as using these emojis. Don't claim the at least factor, and making sure we're staying away from this whole dropout rate, bringing more awareness to the national prevention. National dropout prevention awareness. So one of the verses that came to mind actually is 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, well balanced, and self-disciplined. Be alert and cautious at all times. That enemy of yours, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, fiercely hungry, seeking someone to devour. So with God unveiling everything at this point, to where he's even going down to Howard, Texas, deem yourself blessed that you get in on the mysteries, that you get in on what God, again, this show is about showing God's truth. The truth. Because he doesn't have a version of the truth. He is the truth. And learning how to move according to the truth. Okay, so making sure that you're sober-minded and you're cautious, because if you're so busy caught up in other things, you're not going to stay focused in school. And one of the things I keep telling these kids is, I understand parental attention is great, but this is your school career. Whether your parents got their diploma or not, their time has passed. This is about you. So make it your business to learn how to love yourself regardless, because God loves you. Okay? And just consider your parents a bonus. If they're not doing what they're doing, understand that you're the teacher, even though you're a child. And make sure that you stay sober-minded. Sober-minded is not only about being drunk. It's about not being in your right mind to be able to do what you need to do.
I love that, because I definitely tell the kids, if you don't care about your future, it doesn't matter how many times mama takes away the phone or the tablet, how many times she puts you on punishment. If you don't care about your future, nobody else can care enough about your future for you. So definitely, I love that. So for me, we have John 10:10. I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. That goes with that. Don't claim that at least factor. God did not put us on this earth to live basic, to live the bare minimum. God has abundance for us. And we have to be the example for the generations under us. They were not joking when they said children are the future. So if we are sitting here setting a bad example for them, what type of future are we giving ourselves? Because they're the ones that's putting the entertainment out there nowadays. They're where we were. So what type of future are we giving ourselves? What type of future are we giving them? If we stay stagnant, if we stay comfortable in the at least, that's not what God has for us. That's not what he wanted for us. That's not why he created us to live in this basic life. So please make sure that you are striving for more, striving for whatever you have to do to come up
Make sure you're staying sober-minded. Okay? Do not take the information, the truth that God has presented to you and ignore it and trash it, because if you read Romans 1 verses 18 to 20, I'm sorry, 18 to 32, he lets you know what happens when you ignore him. These are not words coming from us. These are words coming from him. So pick up the Bible and read yourself, okay? Because it is serious. Do not ignore what he's bringing. If you're a parent, make sure you're on your children. If you are already, stay on them. Make sure you're paying attention to all this texting and stuff. Stay away from these emojis, because what you don't realize is demons are real. And you're summoning these demons. And if you're wondering why when you're texting, you're feeling certain things, it's no longer a mystery. He just makes you angry.
With all due respect, please get up off your butt. Do more for yourself so that your children can see you thriving and not just surviving, and they want to thrive as well. We just have way too many kids out there that see their parents with nothing and they're just comfortable with that as well. We don't need that anymore. We need to survive. With all due respect, do better. We're going to read these comments right quick before we close out. We have Shakira on. She says, congratulations on the show, lady. Teresa, we had to deal with MJ death trauma. We had to drop out. You know what?
I know you're not talking about Michael Jackson.
They killed it. Love that Q&A game. Thank you, Pat, Steph. Congrats to the winners. They both did well. Love the classes. Game looked fun. Thank you. Thank you. Like, yes.
Thank you guys so much. We are so happy that we were able to walk into season 3 like this. So intentional, so purposeful, yet enjoying ourselves. We ask that you make sure you hit that subscribe button. A Closer Walk Media Network, a Closer Walk Christian Media Network on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow, like, Closer Christian Life on Facebook. You will always catch us here every first and third Friday of the month, starting tonight, obviously, here at the Connect Lounge, downtown Jamaica. Again, shout out to Tiffany. Thank y'all so much again for the game participants. It was amazing. The whole vibe today was amazing. Everyone who was coming in, we love y'all. Make sure you tune in next week, because we made me aware that it's also Women's Business Awareness Month. So God willing, small business women, God willing, we'll have a woman up here who will be able to give us some tidbits on how she's able to start that thing up, how God gave her that way in. Okay?
Yeah, so make sure you're following us on Instagram with all due respect. TV on Instagram, on Facebook with all due respect on Facebook. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And join us next episode will be October 17th. So make sure you are there at 8 o'clock p.m. sharp. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you tune into It's Due Time to Pass It Back